Hey, I'm going to show you how to check your website to see if your consent management platform, your CMP, is working properly and blocking your advertising tags correctly. So the way you start, there's a really cool Chrome extension called Omnibug. So just do a quick Google search for that. Omnibug will come up, load that as a Chrome extension, and then go to your site. So in this case, I'm going to pick on DSW. Once your the site's loaded, go to Inspect. And then under Inspect, there's this option here, the dropdown. We'll go to Omnibug. So this is the Chrome extension that's working. So nothing's coming up yet. So if I refresh my page, you'll start to see all of the different tags that are loading up for all the different advertisers. So in this case, they've got Google Ads, they've got Criteo, they've got Reddit, Pinterest, Bing, lots and lots of different tags and tracking here. And so this is basically in the US, typically that you don't need consent to be able to load up all of these advertising tracking. You do need to give the users the ability to turn this off like DSW does here. But by default, these are going to load up. If you're in GDPR, EU, you do need to block all of these by default and other things. And then until the user does consent, but in the US, this is pretty typical. So all of these are the ones that are loaded up. So if I now go to the site and I interact with the consent banner and I come in and turn off advertising cookies. So right here, you can see that it's turned on. If I turn this off, and you could do the same thing. This is using OneTrust. There's lots of different consent management platforms out there. OneTrust is one of the big ones. CookieBot. There's lots of others. But with those, depending on how you have your preferences, you can come in here and turn this on or off. So in this case, I'm going to turn this off and then confirm my choices. So now, if I were to clear this out and I refresh my page, you'll see as the page loads, can't really count these two because I was still on the past page, but before the page loads, we have Telium and Spotify are loading up. Telium is a tag manager platform, so this is not actually an advertising cookie, so or platform, so that's fine. Spotify is, however, an advertising platform, so this script, this tag is still loading up, and it is still potentially tracking the user. So in this case, DSW should make this adjustment and turn off or adjust this so Spotify gets blocked as well. But everything else you can see is gone. We don't see Bing and ads and Google Analytics or anything else loading. So for the most part, this is looking good, aside from Spotify. But this is a way you can check it on your own site just to quickly see, is your consent management platform working the way it should? It usually works in combination with like a Google Tag Manager. Sometimes there's auto blocking set up, lots of different ways to implement it. But for the most part, there's a quick way to check to see if it's working or not.